I have a question for you. What do the following games have in common? So there you had Super Twintris, Cubulus and Project X. 3 great games. So I ask you again, what do those 3 games have in common? Well, I'll tell you. Chances are you had all 3 of those games on your Amiga. If you had an Amiga, that is. And here's the other mind-blowing fact. I bet you can't remember where you got them from. Let me explain. First off, let's discuss your game collection. Now, if you're in the UK, this was your games collection. Be honest, we all did it. This was our collection. Now, we all had the odd boxed game. I know I did. You either had them because of the pack you got with your computer, or you just bought a game. But we all did it. We all had a pirated collection of games. Hell, the only boxed games I ever bought was from a store in Crewe, and he's selling for £4 a pop. A bit dubious, but there you go. Anyway, the point is that was a pile of discs labelled in your own handwriting was your games collection. And everybody did it. Don't deny it. Everybody did it. I can tell you a story. In fact, I will tell you a story about when I was about 15. And I was home for the holidays. I was in town with a friend of mine. And we were doing a game swap out in the open. Middle of the town centre, swapping games. And a member of Her Majesty's Constabulary came up and told us to put them away. And he said he wasn't going to do us because if he had to do us, he'd have to do himself and a lot of his mates at the local Nick. What does that tell you? That even members, and it's just mad that it was everyone doing it. It was like there was always these belief that taping off the telly was illegal. And I couldn't tell you to this day if that's right or wrong. But anyway, the point is, everybody did that as well. That was me kicking the disc box because I'm silly. My point is, you had a friend, or your dad had a friend, and you'd make a comment about a game you wanted, and it would appear a couple of days later, a week later, whatever. But every so often, a game would appear in your collection. No, I won't even go that far. You would start playing a game in your collection. And then you'd go, where did this come from? Which brings me to... That's right, the Twintris conspiracy. I have been obsessed with this for about 5 or 6 years, till it first occurred to me, I don't remember where my copy of Super Twintris came from. I just had it. It appeared in my collection one day in the spring of 1992. I couldn't tell you if I got it, if my dad got it. It just was there. And I bet you're the same. It just appeared. But it wasn't just Super Twintris that did that. Cubulus, for me, just appeared. I know for old RGP himself, James, it happened to him. He mentioned this to me last night, that Cubulus just appeared for him. The weird one for me was Project X. That just appeared, and the cat's playing with the mic cable. That just appeared. And this was weird, because this used to happen a lot. There are a couple of games I can think of in my head that didn't... Well, I'll start again. That I don't remember going to my dad, oh, can you ask to get this for me? Or has got a copy of that? They would... I mean, yes, you could argue that my dad could have put them in while I was at school, because I was at a boarding school. But that's boring. And that kind of destroys the entire theme of the video. But it's a valid question, because I asked other people about, over the last few years, fellow Amiga owners, I've said to them, I know it's been a while, but do you remember where you got Super Twintris from? And they'll go, I don't. But then they'll say, you can't expect me to remember where I got every game. And I'll say, all right then, where did you get, oh, R-Type 2? Oh, I know who gave you that. All right, who gave you James Pond 2 Codename Robocod? Oh, I can tell you who gave you that. But no one, but you go back to, so okay, where did you get Super Twintris from? I don't know. That's the point. Nobody remembers where they got it from. And again, with Cubulus, and there's probably loads more I can't think of. I had one game. Oh, what was it called? Oh God, it was a Core X, or Corks it was called. And it was like a light cycle game. You know, like Tron. Do you know what? Here it is. Have a look. See, it's got a bit of the old Tron about it, the old light cycle games. That was another one that I just got. I didn't really play it that often. Come to think of it, there was another one as well now. They're all coming back to me. Mega Phoenix. Bloody hell, Mega Phoenix. And here it is. Good God, there's loads. There's loads I can probably try and sit here and remember. I might come back to this. So, here's what I'm asking you. What games did you have that just appeared? You know, the ones that you went, where'd I get that from? And you wouldn't think of it straight away. You'd play them for a while, and then you'd go, where the hell did this come from? So, in the comments below, what did you get? You know, what did you have that you don't remember getting, that you do not remember specifically asking for, or your dad or someone else saying, oh, I've got you this, it would just appear? Because there's bound to be more. I know it's a really, really silly thing to ask, but it interests me. Because, well, here's my conclusion. I think what actually happened was that we would get so many games off our friends and other people and friends of friends that you would forget where you got it from, or they would give you, oh, you've got this, and they would throw in one of the aforementioned games, and you go, oh, thanks very much. It'd go at the back of your disc box. That's it. You might drag it out once a century to have a play on, but that's about it. And that is about it, actually. It's not a very long one, I don't think. I haven't looked at the running time. If I've kept you sitting here for 20 minutes, I apologise. But that's about it, I think. Oh no, it isn't. Right. As you've probably noticed, this week there's been no story, because I couldn't think of one. But it's to this I want to address a little fact I want to address. I had a comment in my video last week. Hi, by the way. And I do appreciate people making comments. And criticism, positive or negative, it's all taken to heart and listened to. But I just want to address this one comment. Now, I'm not going to name him, because I'm not like that. Also, I can't remember what his name was. But he was expecting to see something serious. I don't do serious. It's not because I can't. It's because there are too many great people out there that do serious. If you want a really serious look at a game or games, chaps like Norman Caruso, the gaming historian, he's brilliant. He doesn't really do the Amiga or stuff I do, but Clint over at LGR, Lazy Game Reviews, he's another one. He's a little bit more serious than me, but not completely serious. Sometimes, like with Ikaruga, some of the stories behind the creation is so boring, I think, that I like making stuff. I'm a good writer. I like making stuff up. And sometimes these stories just come to me, and I go, oh, I'll do that then. So yes, I don't do serious. It's just not going to happen, because I'm a silly person. And I like to make people laugh. And I expect that people aren't going to like it, and that's fine. Because if we all like the same stuff, the world would be really boring. So, thank you for what you said last week, but I'm also going to say, that's not me. It's never going to be me, unless it's for a really big game, or something really, really big. Or I can't think of an amusing story. And that's it. I know I keep saying I'm going to put comments or posts about next week's game, I never do, because life gets in the way. But I will do my best for next Wednesday's game. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've got any comments, leave them down there, positive or negative. I'll listen and read them all and take them all to heart. And I'll leave you wondering, what games of yours did just appear in your collection? Because there's bound to be a couple. That's me. See you next week. Bye bye.